This is kind of like a starter pack to the advice that I'd give if I was starting in the gym again. My first and probably one of my most important lessons that it took me years to learn. You are allowed to take up space in the gym. Particularly if you're a woman, I know that this is a problem for a lot of us. And it can feel really scary to even ask someone to wait when they ask you for a bit of equipment. That was definitely me. Anytime someone asked me for a machine, I would run away to the cardio, and I refused to enter the weight section for so long because I didn't want to take up any space. I mean, there is a limit to this. If you are in a really busy gym and you're taking up tons of space, maybe do be a little bit considerate and move your things to the side. However, there is a difference between being polite and not allowing yourself to take up any space. My second, slightly more harsh lesson would be this. If you are switching plans every 3 weeks, you are not going to see progress on that plan. Especially if those plans don't line up in terms of what you're training for, you are going to find it really, really hard to see any progress. You're also going to find it really hard to see any progress if you don't track any of the things that you're doing. I definitely used to just go to the gym and do pretty much the same stuff every time, but I would never track any reps or any sets or what weights I was using. I just kind of guess based on what I did last time. You will find it so much easier to progress and to push yourself when you know what you're working with. It's just having that knowledge there, even if it's just written in your notes app. But if you want to see really good progress, you do need to be able to stick to something. On to my third point, which some of you may have heard before, is you don't need motivation, you need a habit. A lot of us who go to the gym don't go every time because we're really motivated and can't wait to get to the gym. It's because we go frequently and we go at the same time every day, and it feels weird when we don't. I actually really feel strange when I don't go to the gym for over a week, and that's not because I'm concerned about my body. It is because I find it strange that I have lost that habit that I normally have. The way to implement this is go at the same time, go on the same day, make it part of your routine, attach it to other things that you already have in your routine. I go to the gym after I've had my morning coffee and before I go to work. What I do, it's attached to that for me. So when I've had my morning coffee, I do go to the gym. And when I have my morning coffee and I don't go to the gym during the week, I find that really weird because I've not implemented that habit that I always do. And another great tip, if you've read Atomic Habits by James Clear, you will know this one, making it as easy as possible to implement that habit. Put your gym stuff out the night before. I thought this for years, but it actually works. Everything that you need is in place. It makes it so much easier to do that habit. My next point is a little bit more of a fun one, and that is find ways to train that include your passions. Maybe you're a keen fantasy reader and you want to train like one of your fantasy book characters. Make your training into a training montage. It's okay, you can train in that way. If you really like surfing, train for your surfing. If you really like hiking, build up your endurance so that you can do a big hike. Finding something that you're passionate about is great, and it can also really motivate you. It can be really difficult to stay consistent. If you just feel bored by everything that you're doing in the gym, it can be really, really difficult to keep that habit going. A lot of the reasons that we go to the gym, whether they're aesthetic, whether they're because our friends go, a lot of them are really great, but they don't spark the same passion as I'm training for this thing that I'm really excited about. And I will caveat this by saying, if you're training for an event like a marathon or a half marathon, it can get very intense very quickly, and that can actually be a bit demotivating. So I do advise, if you're training for your passions, pick something fun that doesn't necessarily have a lot of pressure on it. I'm not saying you can't do it as part of your passions. Please do if you want to enter a race. That's really exciting, but it can be a lot of pressure if you're not used to that. And my final point, I think hits home for a lot of us who are in the gym or want to go to the gym. Neutrality can be a lot easier than constant positivity. Sometimes your workout might not be the most amazing thing in the entire world, and you just feel neutral about it, and that's okay. You don't have to feel constantly positive and on top of the world on every single thing that you do. That's fine. It's like how I wouldn't expect you to go to the gym every single day and go 100% all in. You can't be 100% intensity or 100% positivity all of the time, and that's okay. Expect that some days might feel a little bit neutral, and that's all right. That also ties in with the time of year as well. At the beginning of the year, it's really easy to be super motivated. You're going into a new year. On a Monday, you might be super motivated getting into the gym. And then towards the end of the week, you're a bit more tired and you kind of feel a bit more, it's fine, as you get towards the end of the week. That's completely fine. It's normal. If you're feeling horrible about all of your workouts, that is something that does need to be solved. But it's okay to sometimes just feel neutral about it and not be 100% sunshine and rainbows 24/7. Because as much as everyone on Instagram might be posting their workout and the ones that they absolutely loved, I guarantee you there are 100 more behind the scenes where they just felt kind of okay about it. And that is the thing about consistency. It's not always the most exciting, but it does get you where you want to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in online programming, check that out here.